Your reading has a very direct message if the Eight of Swords is an arcane that you come from, and it is an arcane that shows me some kind of pressure situation, or you felt pressure. There was some kind of family situation that was making you feel stressed, or you had to deal with family problems. In some cases, the fact of seeing your family argue, or in other cases, even with your partner. If you have a partner, you may have had some kind of discussion or disagreement for other members of the family, not suddenly the family of her, suddenly your family or your partner. So there was some kind of family issue of discussion or disagreement by other family members, not suddenly the family of her family, but suddenly your family. That is to say that there was some kind of issue in which there was a fight or conflict, or you also felt pressured, if not in that case, it could be a discomfort, right? I see with this Eight of Swords a discomfort, suddenly the fact that you had to do something and you didn't want to do it, you had to do it out of commitment, or in other cases, you felt that you had fallen prey to a situation in which you didn't want to be there. No, I mean, there is discomfort. I feel here that you want to run away from an issue. Yes, you don't want to be there. Your reading is really very good. In the case that you have a complicated family situation, the bundle of swords shows me the way out. The victory here, this sword is the one that stands out. Notice how the graphic language of the cards. There is a sword that stands out, and usually in the fact of swords. The sword is excellent, the symbolism is excellent, the symbolism is very good. The sword is excellent. The symbolism of the sword, because it has to do with the breaking of knots. That is the breaking of what has one confused and immobile. The bundle of swords here is the card of victory. In this case, it shows how you broke or how you got out, or rather how you broke. That issue that was making you feel out of breath, right? So the peace beam here would probably be showing a conversation that you are going to be having that is going to come out in your favor. In other cases, it could be the fact of seeing things clearly, of saying, all of a sudden I was rushing too much, and yes, there is a solution, yes, there is a way out. The Ten of Cups in itself is also an excellent arcanum, so I see that it is very likely that other people in your family will be helping you in what you need or want. I see some kind of solution here that has to do with the truth, some information, the fact that some information reappears, finding a book, a document, something that will help you, not only for the information, but also to give more veracity to something that you want. As veracity to something that you need to say that backs you up. The bundle of swords also has to do with mental lucidity. It is an arcane that concentration of the mind, of communication, and so on. But in this case, I see that you recover the mental lucidity that suddenly you were a little bit distorted. Mental lucidity that suddenly you were a little bit distorted. That is to say, the fact of swords many times when it appears represents that one is in such an uncomfortable situation. When it appears, it represents that one is in such an uncomfortable situation in which one can exaggerate or distort things. And then here with this fact of swords, I see that you kind of get out of there. No, you say for a moment, why am I thinking like this? That is because I am letting myself also get carried away by this negative situation. No, you say, why am I thinking like this? No, why am I letting myself get carried away by this negative situation? No, why am I thinking like this? I see that you change your perspective. You realize that there is a solution, that there is a way out, and that things are probably not as negative as you were thinking before. Now there is also something here, something that is not as negative as you were thinking before. Now there is something here. Now there is also something here. On a spiritual level, the fact of swords many times has to do with the closing of paths. That is, you make that moment where you say, I am out of options, I have no options, I have no one to help me, 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 no one to help me. I don't find a way out if a matter... And I see that you are going to be free of that if someone sent you or is doing an energetic work to close your paths, in quotes. Not that in some cases it could be something as simple as envy. Not suddenly there is someone who at an energetic level says, I do not want Scorpio to do well, not this. Or in other cases there may be a person doing a spiritual work much more responsible, so to speak, or much more developed to close your paths, let's say. So if there is someone who is doing that, it is very possible that it will not work. If there is someone who is doing that, it is very possible that it will not work. If there is someone who is doing that, it is very possible that it will not work. If I see an intention here as to make a closure or something like that in your life, however, you will be able to deal with this even though you see the bad energy that other people may send you, envy and that kind of thing. I do not see that you are really going to stay there. That is, it does not go beyond the feeling. It does not go beyond this better said, it does not affect your life in any way, it is very likely that a way opens up for you, that somehow you say, this person can help me. That is what I am going to do. This is the way I am going to act, and I will find a solution. Let's see, Scorpio, what other things appear? You have at the bottom of the deck the Two of Cups. Well, the Two of Cups as your arcane friend is very good. It is a card that shows me the unity and union with someone. You have a lot of that card. The Ten of Cups and the Two of Cups have to do with commitment, unity, and so on. So I see that if there is a person who at this moment is your right hand, is faithful to you, always collaborates with you, that person will be a key and fundamental card. Is a person who will really be opening the way for you, will listen to you in some cases, logically,